Hi everyone, welcome to Code Generics. In this video, you are going to learn that how you can use Microsoft SQL Server with Docker on a M1 based Mac or any Apple Silicon based Mac. So it's a bigger hard pain that the Microsoft does not have that Microsoft SQL Server available for us to be used directly out of the box on Mac, but there are ways to use it, right? So this is one of the way to use SQL Server on a Mac system using Docker. So let's quickly head start to the documentation, like whatever softwares we need and all those things, right? So I'll quickly open the browser, and if you see here, first you need to go to the Docker Hub, and on the Docker Hub you just need to go to the download the desktop application, right? So you can download the desktop application, whatever be the system you have, for example Apple Silicon based Mac or Intel based Mac, both works. Even if you have Windows or Linux, you can download that version and use it on your system. So how the interface looks like once you install the Docker, you will see an icon on the top if you're on the Mac, and go to the dashboard, right? Once you open the dashboard, you will see something like this. Okay, so it has images and containers, right? So I'm not gonna go deep into the basics of Docker. So you should be already aware that what is a Docker, or what are Docker images, or what are Docker containers, right? Now we will see that how you can use SQL Server using Docker. So now first let's go back here. Now you have to go to the hub.docker.com/Microsoft Azure SQL Edge. Okay, so this is the image name that is being released officially by Microsoft. They have given you the pretty much very clear documentation, so we will follow the same to complete this particular video. So you have to go to this, how to use this image, and here it shows you one command, right? So let's understand this command first. So the command is docker run, okay, and it is saying that it is trying to give some permissions, and here it is accepting the terms and agreement, right? And after that it is saying that the MS SQL system administrator password, so you can put any password in this field, okay, and the password should be 8 characters long, having one special character, one uppercase, one lowercase, that complex password type of thing has to be there. Now it is giving the port number 1433 to be used for creating the Docker container, so that container would listen to this particular port when we run the container. And then the name of the container is Azure SQL Edge, and the image that has to be downloaded is the official image mcr.microsoft.com/Azure SQL Edge. I'm gonna copy this whole command, right, and I'll go back to I need to open my terminal, right? You can paste the command. Okay, I have pasted the command. I'm gonna change the password basically, okay, because it has given some type of password here, right? So code generics @1, okay, so this would be the password, and maybe C can be caps so that we fulfill the password requirements, right? So C and G I'm gonna keep caps. So code generics @1 and all that. So when I press enter, right, it will check whether there is already an image in your system. So image is not there, so you can download it will automatically download the image. Okay, so it has downloaded a newer image with the name Microsoft SQL Edge, and the tag is latest, right? So it has pulled the latest image. So now let's go back to the Docker here, and if you see here, there is a container with the same name created, right? So this is what I was talking about. If you see here, the name that I gave is SQL Edge, right? And if you see the container name here, it is the same. Okay, so it means our container is running. When you click on this one, you will see the logs as well. So here you can see it is able to create a connection with the SQL Server and all those things. Okay, so now how do you connect to this SQL Server, right? So for that you need the Azure Data Studio, right? So once you go to Google just type Azure Data Studio, okay, and take the first link, okay, or maybe second link, right, and here you will see the first link is download Azure Data Studio. So from here you can download as per your the system that you are using. So I'm using Apple Silicon, so I already downloaded it. So let's go back, okay. So here is the Azure SQL Edge. So now here we are going to make a connection, so we have to go to new connection, right. Here you will select the Microsoft SQL Server. In the parameters, the server name will be localhost, right. The login username will be SA, okay, system administrator. Password is the one which I gave, so I will give code generics@1, okay, and I'm gonna remember the password. Trust the server certificate true, right, and click on connect. So once you connect to it, you will see that it is connected to the local host with the basic system databases already created, master DB and all that, right. So this is, now you are into the SQL Server using Docker, okay. So this is our first objective of this video. Now the second objective is basically we are going to download a sample database, a fully fledged sample database from Microsoft site or GitHub, right, and from there we will restore the database here itself. So that is a bit tricky, okay. So we are going to learn that how to do that particular thing, okay, fine. So let me minimize this, and we will first download the file, okay. So here it is. So you can search on Google worldwide importer sample database. I put the link of this particular image, the backup file, in the description of this video. You can download it from there, okay. Now let's go down and download the BAK file, okay. So the backup file is here. It was created in 2022, right. This is the latest one. So I'm gonna download this file, okay. So once I download it, I can see it in my downloads folder as well. Fine, okay, cool. So it's downloaded. Now let's go back and go to the Docker, okay. So now before going to Docker, let's go to the SQL Server here, and in the databases I'll right click on this and I'll see there is a restore database option. It is in a preview option, but it is available, okay. So you click on this one. Here you select the backup file, but once you select the backup file, you need to choose the path, okay. So once I click here, now basically this particular directory which it is showing to us, right, this directory is actually the directory inside your Docker, not in your Mac system or your Windows system, okay. So this is the internal directory of Docker. Now how do you make that file available in this particular data folder so that it can be visible here? Now let's do that trick. That is the only tricky part here. So what you have to do is go to the Docker and go to files option. Once you go to the files option, you will see, let's see what was the path, okay. So the path was /var/opt mssql and data, okay, fine. So let me go here, go to var folder, right, and go to opt, go to mssql and go to data. Now in this data folder I'm gonna copy that particular file. So right click on this and click on import. Once you click on import, you can go to the downloads folder, right, and wherever you have downloaded that file, and select the file, click on open. Once you open it, it will actually upload the file here, and if you see, once it shows you added in the green part, right, it means the file is available. Now let's go back to the Data Studio, right. So in the Data Studio, what you go for is data, and if you see here, now the file is available, correct. Click on OK. You will see the database here, okay. The target database name, if you want to change, you can change. I'm gonna keep same. There is no other option you have to change, okay. Rest all things will be same, and then go to restore. So once you restore it, It will take few seconds, right, to restore it. 3 seconds, right, and it has restored the database. Now let's see if the database is being restored or not. I'm clicking on the refresh button, and then if you see here, we have the imported database which is restored from a BAK file. So now you can play with this database, right, and you can use the power of SQL Server in Mac using Docker. I hope this helps. Keep learning and do subscribe to my channel and share with your friends.